Hello, this will be a channel message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you. This is the time of major change and transformation in your life on an internal level, and you're handling it like a boss. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. I see the death card showing up right off the bat. Major endings, letting go. Again, I feel like this is on an internal level. This may be reflected in your reality, but there is a changing and a shifting when it comes to the way that you receive, the way that you view yourself and your value, the way that you nurture yourself. Butterflies and moths, they may be significant here. I'm getting like a crown chakra activation. That's what I'm getting. Some kind of splitting open and allowing an energy to pour into you, allowing divine source energy to pour into you and enlighten you further as you more fully embody yourself and explore these internal processes that are happening. I don't think we need to force anything here. I feel that intuitively you are in this energy of reflection, meditation, Four of Cups kind of vibe, clarifying the death card here, trying to create that time for yourself so that you can sit in stillness, go within, really feel all of this energy and feel what it has to show you, allow things to be revealed to you over time through stillness. And you're going to be connecting more with deeper aspects of yourself, potentially past life and ancestral aspects here that were silenced in the past. I feel like some of you will really be finding your voice at this time, really connecting with your own authentic voice and stepping into your own sovereignty. On the masculine side, the Knight of Wands. Passionate, excited action. It's a beautiful thing. Fireworks might be significant here. You might be relying more on your willpower at this time as you're doing so much work in the astral plane, in the unseen realms. There's processes that are happening even somewhat in the background that are taking up a lot of energy, right? It takes a lot of work in the astral realm to make this stuff happen, right? To make this this deep transformation happen on an internal level. Your dream space might be really significant here, or just receiving auditory or visual downloads. And again, like I said, potentially relying more on your willpower to make things happen in the 3D, because I get that there's things that you want to pursue. There's new opportunities here, potentially multiple opportunities with the Five of Wands and also the King of Swords, clarifying this Knight of Wands card on the masculine side. You're leveling up in a big way. I feel like that was somewhat implied with all of this transformation energy. There's major growth that's happening here, but you are leveling up and you're being given opportunities and situations that are going to allow you to kind of flex these skills and step into this new role that you're creating for yourself, a new leadership role in your life, your own personal power and autonomy, and your ability to make decisions for yourself, for your highest good, that are in alignment with who you truly are. We're uncovering our true nature, stepping into it, and more fully embodying it. And this is going to lead to a completely new life experience. And I feel like there's even potentially some kind of old manifestations, old desires, old wishes that are coming true, and you are accelerating. You're moving so fast and you're growing so quickly in such a short amount of time. Some of these things, they don't even necessarily interest you anymore, and that's okay. It's okay to grow and change and to evolve and to want to be a more embodied version of yourself. I know I use that word a lot, but something that is more you, and we're still figuring out what that is. We're still connecting those dots. There are parts of us that have been so strongly suppressed over lifetimes, not even just in this one earthly experience that we're having, but over multiple lifetimes that we are connecting with. This is a huge time in our life. This is a huge time in our life. So if you're feeling it, if you're feeling like you need to sleep, if you're feeling like you have a lot of emotions coming up and a lot of thoughts and a lot of energy in the crown chakra, it's okay to take that time and process and go with this flow that's like re-regulating for you, this new sense of flow as this internal space right now. It's so dynamic. So the 3D world around you is adjusting to this. And your voice, your ability to express yourself and say the word no, or say the word yes in the face of fear when it requires courage. Using these words from a place of personal power, this is going to be huge for you at this time. And this is what you're learning. 5 of Wands and King of Swords, learning how to communicate in a clear, direct way so that you can follow your passions, so that you can do things that are in alignment with your true nature, right? It's going to take using that voice and guiding the direction of where life is taking you by speaking up, by stepping into your authority. Like I said, potentially saying no more than yes, because there are multiple opportunities that are here for you, some of which no longer interest you anymore, but they're showing you things. They're showing you things about yourself and about old versions of your identity that you're ready to let go of when the timing is right, when it feels good as you move through this process. This is what all of this is showing you. And it's all divinely aligned to serve multiple, there's multiple reasons, and there's multiple things that are happening here all at once, potentially things that you can't see. There's a bigger picture. There's a divine order to things that is happening for your highest good. It's been directed by your higher self. There's some element of symmetry here and being able to communicate really effectively in a way that other people understand in this King of Swords energy, but learning to do it without compromising yourself and compromising your own identity. You're fully embodying your true nature, but you're able to communicate clearly to people. And the King of Swords is not super interested in petty drama and small stuff. You guys have got bigger fish to fry. That's totally what I'm getting here. You guys have big plans, big dreams, all right? You're starting to think big because you are connected with your creator self, or that's what you're connecting with moving forward. Your ability to make your own dream life. And this is big stuff. It takes time, right? It's a process. It takes time, and that's okay. And again, intuitively, I feel like you're sitting with this, carving out that time so that you can be with yourself, connect with yourself. And you're finding, because there's layers to this, right? There's levels to this, and the deeper we go and the more that we embody our true nature, we find parts of ourselves that want to be heard, want to be felt, want to be released. Right? There's parts of ourselves that don't even want to be here anymore. We're finding more of an imbalance on our feminine side. I feel like you're putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of action, right? Going after it, leveling up, and this is good. But then the question then sort of comes up, well, what are we getting in return? How can we get more in return? How can we feel more safe? How can we feel more stable? With the 6 of Pentacles on the feminine side, right? Clarifying this death and the 4 of Cups. Through the stillness and through the internal shifting that is going on here, it's revealing potentially a physical imbalance and still putting out more than we're getting in. And this could also be a bit of a caution against withholding or your relationship with money and your physical safety. How do you feel about sharing it around? How do you feel about creating that flow when it comes to your finances? How do you feel about investing in yourself, investing in your education, investing in other people? Charitable actions here, because this is the stuff that reflects in your reality, and this is the energy that you receive. I'm not saying you have to give it all away, but if you hold on too tightly and you feel like there's instability in your life and you can't generate that level of flow, you potentially will feel that stagnancy in your life, in your financial situation. So I think these things are just coming up to be seen, to be explored, to be experimented with, right? It's all good. The more that we can sit with this, be in this energy of the Four of Cups, explore our inner world, connect more with our inherent value, because nobody else can give us that value, right? The more that we can unconditionally love ourselves and see ourselves as that fourth cup that was missing all along, right? See ourselves as the missing piece. That will help us get so much more clear on what it is we want. It'll help us get more clear on who we are, and we will start to more fully understand what we are ready to let go of and what we want to clear out. We want to try and create some space here. I feel like this is what's happening here. You're being asked with this 8th house energy to embrace the transformation, understand that this is major change in your life, and that's okay. The more that we can let go of the things that no longer serve, the more space we will have to bring in the energy that we want in our life. Bring in more of this fresh new energy that serves us. And this is what happens when we start to step up and want to start to take control of our inner world. When we want to start to take control of our own life and respond in a way that feels healthy and in the direction that we want to go in, it reveals things. And going back to what I was saying before, it's okay to want to change and evolve, and you're not necessarily abandoning yourself by wanting to change. It's just a matter of not coming from a place of force, coming from a place of allowing this change to happen naturally in a way that feels good, not forcing it, and not coming from a place of shame, not wanting to change yourself from a place of shame, but from a place of unconditional love for self and wanting to grow and wanting to expand. This Emperor is coming out in the shadow position here. What happens when we want to take control of our inner world? What does that reveal to us? And there's something about the balance between the masculine and the feminine which is still sorting itself out, and there's more information here that needs to be reflected back at us regarding the balance between the masculine and the feminine. I get the sun and the moon showing up as shadow aspects. I'm really getting parental dynamics too, family dynamics, the way that you were nurtured and led and inspired by the mother and the father, and the interplay between these two energies and the balance that is required, the giving and the receiving, the taking action and the allowing. You know, the balance between these two things are coming up to be sat with as we start to take more control of our life. And there's adjustments that are being made to our identity and old parts of our identity that no longer serve us, and potentially coming up with new ideas and new methods and techniques when it comes to parenting ourselves and being there for ourselves and inspiring ourselves, right? With the moon on the bottom of the deck, potentially the mother archetype, like on a deep level here, is almost being awakened, being called forth to I'm getting to receive more, to bring in more, to open up. There's like this energy of allowing yourself to receive the love without fear. Potentially there's still this tightness, this closing off that's been happening that we didn't even potentially realize. It's like we weren't consciously aware of this. But through this energy, like moving down through our crown chakra, this is revealing things to us. And it's happening, going back to what I was saying, in unseen realms. I think this is a good time to be practical and to take things slow and potentially revisit old plans and old intentions that have been set. Like I was saying before, potentially there's old desires and manifestations that have been coming up, and it's requiring you to say no in a nice way, you know, speak with grace and speak with love, but be firm in your boundaries and have that respect for self and that level of like self-preservation. And we're balancing that out with an openness and an ability to be receptive, right? And it's a fine balance, and we don't necessarily know what that feels like in the healthiest way. We're still exploring that. What is it to set boundaries and to change your mind, and how do you feel about that? When you have something that you identified with that felt like it was truly you, and then it comes around and it's not something that you want anymore, potentially it leaves some kind of a void. It leaves an empty space. It's naturally creating space in your life. So how does that feel on an emotional level when you change your mind about who you are and what it is you want? And does it make you feel potentially unsafe or unstable in your life? And this is what this is. It brings attention to your ability to be in the flow of life and be in that constantly changing energy, that transformative energy. That is the energy of transformation. To want something, to explore it, to experience it, to grow out of it, to not want it anymore. Like, this is scorpionic death card energy, house 8 energy that is happening here, and you're getting up close and personal with the energy of transformation itself and what that does for you and what that does to you and the way that you respond to transformation in your life. And some of us might be really pushing through this because we're not quite sure, again, like, who we really are. And I don't say that in a bad way. I feel like we're connecting with ourselves on a much deeper level, more so than we ever have in our life. But we're getting deeper here into who we are and what we want. And there's still this unexplored terrain, this unexplored territory when it comes to this. It's raising all of these questions. And it's making us think, well, do we want to go back and experience these things and almost try to force something that potentially we were really attached to? Now we're being given the opportunity to step into it fully. And it's like, well, this kind of feels like a step backwards or the repeating of a cycle. It's starting to feel mundane. Something that I was so passionate about, felt so strongly about, and loved with all of my heart is starting to feel like the repeating of a cycle. And the thing here is that I don't think our heart was really that open in the first place. And there was so much more to us that we didn't realize was there. We're connecting with ourselves on a much deeper level here. So we're starting to understand, like, there's more to this. There's going to be change. There's going to be growth. I'm going to connect with new ideas, new opportunities. There's things potentially in your reality that you didn't realize was for you. And now you're connecting with it and you're starting to, like, receive new opportunities that are unfamiliar. And now that you're developing a new relationship with fear and you're stepping into your courage and you're stepping into your willpower, your willingness to get it done, this is allowing you to explore things that you've never connected with before. And that might feel really good. This is new. This is that new energy. So the gift here is to allow it, to allow this process to unfold naturally within you. Allow these things to come into your life with an open heart. Use discernment and use healthy boundaries, but don't be afraid to explore, to be a kid, to play, to create, to pick something up and to put it back down. Say, I don't want that anymore. All right? This is a good time to go back to the plans. Think about, potentially letting go of a plan that was made here with the Two of Wands in reverse, like being more at peace with letting something go, maybe revisiting a plan and telling yourself, affirming to yourself that you're safe to put it down. It doesn't mean anything. It isn't a reflection of you. This isn't a negative reflection of you to change your mind. And like, there's something here about maybe while you're inside of this liminal space or you're within this explorative energy, don't feel like you have to do everything on your own or there's something wrong with relying on other people or receiving help, because this is what's happening here. Is we're stepping into our sovereignty and our autonomy and our ability to be the leader of our own life with this King of Swords on the masculine side and the Emperor showing up as a shadow aspect. We're stepping into that personal authority role. And this may be triggering feelings of, okay, well, I'm here now. I'm a leader. I need to take control. I need to do things on my own. I can't rely on help. It's weak. It's wrong. Yada, yada. These are negative, illusory beliefs that aren't serving you. And the thing about the king is that the king delegates. The king can receive information and make a decision. The king can rely on other people. The king gets help. The king doesn't do everything on its own. I feel like I'm talking to a collective that is used to getting it done. This is a collective that knows how to get it done. And that's a theme that's been concurrent. Like through every reading that I've done here on this channel is a collective that knows how to get it done, basically. But I mean, this is revealing things about who we are, and do we want to have to be that person that gets everything done all the time? How does it feel when you delegate and you have to rely on other people? You know, this is a good time to practice getting help. Using that voice, using that throat chakra and asking for help, being open. When you know that there's help that is out there for you, you know, and don't be going crazy with your finances right now too. I will say with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, like, you know, law of attraction, high vibe, like we're all on the billionaire timeline, 100%. Like I vibe with that. But just at this moment in time, while things are working themselves out, and it's almost like you're grounding a new timeline into your reality, stabilizing a new version of events, you know, don't be going crazy. Just do things to make yourself feel safe, make yourself feel secure, you know. And this is more of a, like there's more of a somatic experience that's happening here. I really feel like that you are getting more pleasure out of life just by being here in life, being in that creative energy, that explorative energy. Like we don't need to be going and getting that, I'm getting that like thrill, that dopamine hit from spending money, you know. I feel like we're really letting go of that, some kind of a side message here. Being open to receiving different experiences. I feel like we really strongly identify, going back to what I was saying about that person who can get it done. I feel like we really strongly identify with that. And through connecting more with this, going back to what I was saying, the shadow aspects being the sun and the moon, connecting more with a healthy balance between the masculine and the feminine. And this is going to resonate differently for everybody. And we all have our own, we are sharing the energies here, but we are having our own unique experience with these energies. Exploring the dynamic between the masculine and the feminine and the role that they both play, and potentially finding a new balance here that's potentially going to be reflected in our relationships, our one-to-one relationships, and our relationship with life. The more that we come into that balance, it's almost like it's so new, and we so strongly identify with that person who can be self-reliant and can be in that lone wolf energy. And this is a bit of a shock to the system. That's what I'm getting. Because I get the Lovers on the bottom of the deck, clarifying this Ace of Wands in reverse. You are connecting with your higher self. And there's balance that's happening here naturally. And you're being encouraged to continue to go with it, with this yin energy being your gift. You're being encouraged to go with this transformation and allow it to occur. And it's strange. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm going to say. Like, it's strange. It feels weird. It feels unfamiliar. Like, we're used to taking control in a different way. Now we're taking control by letting go of control. Potentially attracting more beneficial relationships and receiving this kind of help. Having to, not in a codependent way, but having to rely on other people. Understand that other people are a part of the equation here. It's just weird. It's just strange. It's kind of like, oh, this isn't as exciting as I thought it might be. But there's a shifting that's happening here. That it's gonna start to feel less. I'm hearing less crazy, but I mean, and I understand that busy energy and starting to feel like you're on the wheel, so to speak. Like you get into that rhythm. It's very easy to fall into. And it's very It's not very static. It's very up and down. And now what we're shifting into is more of a frequency of peace, really, is what it is. And this is something I've talked a lot about on this channel, is our relationship with peace and quiet and stillness. How does that make you feel? I mean, it may still be so unfamiliar, or we're still learning this. We're still connecting with this frequency of being at peace, of having those slow days, of literally not doing anything. And it's then connecting with ourselves on an internal level and feeling emotions that haven't been felt in a long time. I mean, this can be triggering. So just be patient with yourself at this time. Like, just do things to ground yourself into your body and your somatic experience that you're having. Do things that make you feel safe. You know, act in a way that makes you feel safe. It's okay. But what's going to happen is the more that you sit with this and allow this feminine energy to kind of like take over in a way, take the lead, which is so not what the feminine energy does. It's less of it taking the lead, and it's more of our energetic focus, our ability to look at something and hold space for something. This is what it is. It's like our ability to hold space for our feminine. It's kind of being challenged here, and that's what is kind of being required of us at this time, is to hold space for our feminine self so that we can continue to grow and connect with ourselves on an emotional level, on a spiritual level. And I think to quantify this, use that energy of Mercury and journal it and start to explore and experiment. Get into that kind of mad scientist vibe and write this stuff down, journal. Have these conversations. I feel like you're going to be having some really deep conversations with people, some really, really deep conversations with people moving forward about your life, about who you are, about what we're all doing here, about what it is we want to create. It's the relationships, the one-to-one personal relationships are going to be very relevant here. And there's a message about allowing your intuition, your own unique identity and intuition to be reflected back at you through these relationships, allowing them to show you things, and not being afraid to be really honest with yourself and be honest with other people. There's a lot of Aries energy here on the board, so I think honesty is going to be a big thing here. Let's just pull a few more cards and then we'll skedaddle, because this is deep reading, guys. This is good. And like I've been saying, just to allow this process to unfold naturally, to happen for you in your highest timeline, which you're attracting in, and you're connecting with your highest timeline here. If you made it this far into this reading, guys, like, this is major transformation that's happening for you. The snake and the gust of wind. Perfect. Okay, so the snake shedding its skin, right? We are in the year of the snake. We're in the 9 year, right? The year of endings, 2025 adds up to 9. Major endings, the shedding of the skin, the intellect, right? Using that mercurial energy and somewhat squaring the circle here. And like I said, quantifying these experiences, journaling them, communicating, and taking it slow, right? The snake is very slow to digest things. And there may be a lot on your plate right now, and you may be moving through, like I said, multiple opportunities, juggling multiple things, using your discernment, picking and choosing what you want and what you don't want. So don't be afraid to take this time. 4 of Cups vibe with this snake. Like, digest this stuff in a way that feels natural and feels good. And when I get the gust of wind card, it makes me think that, and it's very related to this 5 of Wands energy, this leveling up that's happening here. It's almost like a tower energy, this gust of wind. And we have had the Judgment card show up as well in this reading. So you're being called to go with the changes that are happening in your external reality right now. And it might feel like a gust of wind. It might feel very hectic. Like there's a lot going on and like you're being pulled around by the energy. But what's happening is because there's been such a deep internal transformation over such a short amount of time, you are a new person. on the inside. And now your 3D reality is shifting to reflect that. But it's new. It's unfamiliar. And this is what happens when we step into a new frequency and we elevate and we evolve. Then when life changes, we're called to act that out and step into that new role. Like internally, we've been creating this new role for ourselves, and externally, life's like, all right, giddy up, let's go. Like, this is what you wanted. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to say no? How are you going to move with it? And it's just a matter of going with the flow, going with the energy. When you know in your heart that you need to do something, and it's intuitively you feel like, I got to move on this, I got to go, that's when you got to go. And you got to move with it. Morpheus in the Matrix, he says, what does he say? It's like there's a difference between knowing and walking the path. There's a difference between knowing and walking the path. And I feel like you guys are being called to walk the path. And walking the path sometimes means allowing and going with the flow too. It's all about balance here. There's a massive message when it comes to the balancing of the masculine and the feminine side here, with the sun and the moon coming out. This is crazy. I love this, guys. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. This is like major transformation here. So keep walking the path. Keep doing you, guys. Living your best life. And I have so much love for you. So much appreciation for you. Very quickly too. Like, you guys just came out and I got so many birthday messages. I was just so moved. Like, really. I was very emotional about it. You guys really showed up the other day. Just gave me so many beautiful birthday messages and words of encouragement, support. Like, I was so moved by that, guys. Thank you. I so deeply appreciate that. And I have so much love for you. And thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I absolutely cannot wait to do it in the next reading. I love you guys. Keep it up. You're doing so great. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.